live-action Pinocchio dropping on Disney Plus, I'm going to be going back in time to the Golden Era where the original Pinocchio aired and ranking all 5 Golden Era films ranked. But of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these films down in the comments below. The very first feature films that Disney was releasing in theaters. So let's get into it right now. And coming in last place, we have Dumbo, which unfortunately, while it is good and substantial for its own means, the storytelling is rather flat at certain times and not as compelling as I'd prefer it to be, and it really does have some trippy scenes such as that hallucination and elephant getting drunk and just all these supernatural things that just does not land well together. Just the elephant getting picked fun of, and while it lands well for kids, it doesn't ultimately land well in the end for me. But coming in at number 4, we have Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, which is under the same means of being such a good film, but it feels, even with its shorter runtime, it feels like it drags on. It goes over this formulaic story that we've seen time and time again, and even though it's more of the original ones at the time, it still does not land well, even being the first film to really release in the Disney animated franchise that ultimately does not click with me quite so well, even though it does have some fun and fantasy elements. But coming in at number 3, we have Bambi, and this one connects a little bit more closer to home, just having a little bit remembrance of the nostalgia that I had as a kid, and rewatching it again, just having the hunter hunt Bambi's parents, and having some dark elements to this younger kids audience, and still being able to land well, teaching some well learned lessons and the themes that it goes throughout, and just being more of a simple story that's straightforward but still having that fantastical element that you can really enjoy about this film. And coming in at number 2, we have the original Pinocchio that is really fun for its own means, just the when you wish upon a star type of idea where you wished it to be a real boy, and Pinocchio has to learn his lesson into becoming fully a real boy and becoming humble. And so there is some qualms I have with it, just nitpicking different things of how things come about, how Pinocchio is influenced in different ways in order to go away. But ultimately, in the end, when kids are watching this especially, it's more easy to digest, and it has some fun, lively songs that you can really enjoy all throughout. But that leaves at number 1, we have Fantasia, one that's a group of collected stories put into just film and using the orchestra to amplify the stories being told, most often not even having any dialogue to the film itself. And so the stories are still well creatively designed surrounding the music that's done with the animation, just making it such an artistic masterpiece that really had no limits besides whatever the animators could do at that time. But even with that, it was done well for what it was going for. So that's just my ranking of the golden age of Disney animated films, and I'm going to be continuing to rank the rest of the eras leading up to Strange World in November. So let me know down in the comments below how you would rank these. Be sure to check out this other Disney film ranking I have.